Okay, today I brought the brainwashing situation is crazy. It's not a blind video reaction. Watched it before, so seems to be that there's a lot of interest about this video. So of course, what we're gonna do is we're gonna also give our take on the situation with the brainwashing circumstances. So let's jump right in.
I remember growing up thinking that brainwashing and mind control was just something you see in comic books and cartoons. But now I know it's a very real thing that you can see happening daily in this country. Now, the big thing I want to talk about, I'm going to talk about a lot here.
So, like I think it's like quite interesting. Because like when people hear brainwashing, like there come like a lot of things to mind. I think like one of the most effective ways to brainwash people is to basically cause division. Like convincing someone of a fundamental truth and then making those people fight for the truth. It's basically as if you would like draw a line on a field and like separate people across this line, like believer and non-believer. And when you introduce this concept, you're then like able to basically incite the people against one another. And while they're distracted, you can do what you want. It's like basically like an ambush. And this goes like with many things. It's like when you look at us like as a human species, we have many similar interests. Like for example, like we want a chilled life. We don't want to be bothered. We want to be able to like talk freely. Meanwhile, you then like find yourself confronted with those constructs which like stress you the heck out. And like when you're stressed, you can't like focus anymore. You don't find like a moment of peace. So like you're constantly under pressure. And this is like also how like cult works. For example, like people don't even like see how like consuming it is, for example, when you don't get enough sleep. Like they be thinking, yeah, like it needs to be that way. It has to be that way. No, like we're gifted with personal freedom on a very profound level. Like people, they don't get it. Like you could literally go as far as to say, like you could decide about your own life. For example, like many people say, yeah, like I have to buy groceries. No, you want to buy groceries because like you could literally decide to starve. Some people actually do this, like in the form of protests, for example. What I'm trying to get to is like due to this convincing people, like people, it's like it also goes hand in hand with like this critical thinking. Like people, they don't critically think. They don't like ask questions like about what they hear. They just like take it for granted and roll with it, like as a fundamental ultimate truth. Though like when you go like really far, like asking questions, that like literally don't stop. Just like ask everything. Why is that way? How can it be? Like why is it that? Like you really don't stop asking. Like it goes to the point where you ask like who am I? Like on a fundamental level, not like this what is like outside of your sphere, what is utilizable to describe what surrounds you. No, like really, who are you? And then you will see that we have so many similarities, and that like many people decide that instead of being themselves, that they take like things what surrounds them and then like describe themselves due to the portfolio which surrounds them. Like that's the thing. Like people take it for an ultimate fundamental that the things that surround you are you. No, you are you. And you surround yourself with because you like it. Why do you like it? And so on and so forth.
There's going to be a bunch of blabber in here and drool coming out of my mouth as I'm spitting because I'm about to be getting pretty passionate. And the big focus is on the huge crypto collapse from yesterday. And the very suspicious, very lucky trader who was able to cash out $190 million off of it because they were shorting Bitcoin and Ethereum a day before and all the way up until a minute before Trump's Truth Social post announcing the massive tariffs on China, which crashed the entire market. And then 30 minutes later, they cash out $190 million. It seems like they might have known something, but That can't be, right? That would be corruption. And this administration doesn't engage in that kind of nefarious activity. Except for all the previous times that this exact same thing has happened with Trump announcing things on Truth Social that people close to him that suckle his fucking teats must have had insider knowledge on because they're able to cash out millions upon millions of dollars because of his rinse and repeat cycle of threatening tariffs, backing off tariffs, postponing tariffs, just fluctuating the market up and down. Yet people in his inner circle must be privy to this knowledge because they are making absolute bullseye trades based on that before it becomes public. So this isn't really anything new, it's just the most egregious instance because you can literally see it. This account opens and starts shorting Bitcoin and Ethereum a day before this announcement, and then a minute before the Truth Social post goes live. Like, it's unbelievable.
But like it's insider trading, and like people like to have, this is like similarity that they want to have a chilled life, and like believe it or not, like many people, like especially nihilists, like people who don't choose to believe in a grand order and like say, yeah, like everything is for the bin anyway, like those people, they say, okay, it's like not of my problem. Like when I die, so let's make the best out of it. And they take as much money as possible to have as much security as possible. Like when you look at it, it kind of also looks like cowardice behavior. Like I found out, like this is not for everyone. So like you have like many liquidity baggers, like who bag up liquidity and like just sit on the cash and like ain't doing shit with it. And like a very, very smart man who's like very near and dear to me, love him. He told me that money is most beautiful when it flows. Like it's like one thing, like cashing in, and there you can like draw the line if you want. Not take into account that insider trading is illegal by law. That you can differentiate between like people who utilize this money to create jobs, to create companies, and or like to save companies, and then you have like people who just like bag it into their own pockets, where you then like meet people who have in private a parking lot with like 100 cars, and those like over exaggerated numbers, which like serve no purpose. Like for example, you can differentiate between someone who has nice cars and gives them to their people, for example, for like tax benefits, where I'd say like it's even advisable to communicate with the state, like, do you guys need money like for infrastructure, or like can we work together, or yeah, like they don't need that right now, so okay, I gotta bring this money into the company as reserves, so like when I buy, like then you make sure that like what you buy also like benefits your people, to like create beauty in that sense. And I think like the worst part about it is like general abuse of this taking place, which is why it's like illegal in the first place. Because like especially when it's like with an like, quotes like unfair advantage, it's like no lawyer though, like it looks like insider trading. You often find yourself in a situation where those people just utilize this money to benefit themselves, which is a very, very sad thing.
And if you're a MAGA cultist, it actually is unbelievable. They refuse to believe it. They refuse to accept the very real reality that they are getting fucking hosed. Trump and Trump's family's net worth has exploded since becoming president. How do you defend that? Well, I'll tell you how. Because they say Trump is such a benevolent saint, he actually doesn't even keep his salary from being president. Wow, that's how much he cares about the American people. You fucking delusional homunculus. The presidential salary is actual peanuts. It's literal fucking used condoms in the grand scheme of how much money him and his family are making throughout his presidency. When he was being fucking sworn in, he was still launching up to 168 new products. And that doesn't even include things like his cologne that he launched, you know, the fucking Trump Gooch galore smell, the Trump watches, the Trump phone and shit like that. So that has only increased the amount of things that he is hawking to the American people to buy.
That's what I mean, like with critical thinking. Like people like not all, but like then like many, they don't ask like, yeah, okay, why doesn't he take his salary? Like he has a business. Okay, like this shows generosity. Why is he so generous? Like actually, like funny enough, like my former mentor, like who scammed the living heck out of me. He told me goodwill. You gotta be able to afford goodwill. Like sadly enough, he's right with that. Like how can it come to be like that? And I think like then it's like really important to like look what is happening surrounding all that. Absolutely wild.
Solely to enrich himself and his family, his fucking meme coin and all of that. His family is going ballistic in terms of how much money they are making off of his presidency. They're not even hiding it. They are just constantly making money off of you. As you suffer and get less and less money, they get more and more. They are taking the pizza and not even leaving you bits and pieces, morsels of the crust. It's sad, and yet people love it. They will accept it with a fucking smile on their face and say, please, give me some more. I've got more holes for you to fill. Please, come in here. I'm waiting. It's just absurd. They don't even stick to a single belief anymore. Like the Epstein files, I know I have made a lot of content on in the past, so I'm not going to regurgitate that. But the Epstein files are a really good example of how they really cared about the Epstein files, and they were really upset at the failure.
Like that's like also a thing like you can utilize as a strategic actor. You can produce drama in order to distract from another point. So, like you can introduce a new, like in quotes, way harsher pain point because you have like this residing situation where people don't like ask questions. Okay, why this drama now? Like in that sense. And like again, like insider trading is illegal with a reason. There was like one very prominent case of like some gentleman losing his life. Like, if I'm not mistaken, like I don't know, like you guys will probably know. Like he took his life while he was like in a Lamborghini. People take their lives with this. It's actually killing people. This is, if you want, in a sense, blood money. So like the illegal, like that it's illegal is for a reason, and I don't think it's like humane or like ethical to exploit this, which like tells you a lot about like actors who do that. Like it's wild. Like the thing that is like happening then afterwards, people get distracted extremely fast, and like 2 weeks then like feel like 2 years. So yeah, like they make some noise and then they forget. No, like you don't need to be like overly aggressive. Like if you really want to hold up the law, make people accountable for what happened there. File a lawsuit against unknown and make the state investigate. Because this is a really extremely timed event. So somehow, somewhere, someone got an information. Like it looks like it, like likely. That made him able to take advantage of the situation. So I think it's advisable to go a lawful way and put pressure on it. Yeah, might take a few years, though at least something's been done. The issue has been accounted for, which is like important.
Of Joe Biden to release them in that administration, so they were hyping up Trump about all of his promises to release those Epstein files, which he has still not done and still actively just like discounts, and the entire administration denying the existence of now. And this same group of people that was so excited for Trump to follow through on that promise is now like, oh, he didn't break any promises. In fact, it's just not even important. That's why he's not doing it. Like, it's not a big deal. Like, who cares about the Epstein files? We have so many bigger things to worry about. Like, what the next product we're gonna have to buy from Trump is.
like just how I introduced. Like people like of strategic minds are able to produce drama in order to distract people from other things happening. Like hunters, if you want, like predators, like from like speaking in animal terms here. They like to take down prey which is distracted. Gazelle walking off the herd, distracted by eating. When something is distracted, you can take advantage of it. So here, like, ooh, look. And like, especially when you face intelligence as a point of threat, you can be certain that there is a lot of fabricated distraction in order to keep people busy, to then in the background act. Especially when there is the circumstance where questions are not asked anymore. I think I can like even take myself as an example, like being formally scammed. Like I didn't ask questions because I trusted this person. Like if I would have asked questions and like don't stop asking those questions, I think a lot of damage could have been circumvented. Like, why didn't he give me the lead for the transaction? Why didn't he allow to bring security personnel, etc., etc.? And like, keep asking in that regard. Like, don't be persuaded, because like persuasion is then what is taking place. Even like, because like when you then like go to the point where you ask questions, of course they're like also ready to mitigate this with persuasion. Nah, like keep holding up the pressure. Don't stop asking.
Like, they're just now saying, it doesn't matter. We don't care. We actually don't want this information. Actually, I believe everything they're saying now. Yeah, it definitely doesn't exist. Yeah, actually, Maxwell's probably innocent, too.
Which kind of is, like, funny enough, like gaslighting.
But, again, I've already talked about that a lot. Let's talk about some other stuff. The COVID vaccine. Trump just got a COVID booster. Not a conspiracy. Just out in the open, signed, documented, stamped. It is legitimate. Trump just got a COVID booster. And this administration has constantly played into the MAGA fear of the jab. That was one of the big things with MAGA, is like how this is, contaminating us, poisoning us. They're trying to kill us with the jab. And now Trump just got the vaccine booster, and those same people...
No, like, to like verbally underline this, there's like a super interesting channel where a doctor actually looks at it and like inflammatory systems, inflammatory symptoms after the jab, as he's like describing it here, are quite present within studies. I don't know, like maybe I will find the doctor. I will look into it. Maybe I will link it. Though, like, if you guys search it up, I think you all will be able to. And the second older gentleman, like, he always looks at the studies that are being released in terms of what happened there. Really unresponsible behavior, in my opinion. Taking a vaccine which hasn't been properly studied, like data, and like funny enough, like that's. Like when you look at those things, like when you really ask questions and are like allowed to do so, you often find like more like effective ways to circumvent stress from happening in the first place. Like the more analytical you are about things, the more secure the outcome, because like you have way more control. Socrates also described it, in quotes, a dispute or challenge is like a birth. You gotta ask all the questions to come to a conclusion in that regard.
People like Gunther Dickelman are now applauding him for it, sucking a fucking fart out of his butt for it, giving him a full rim job like, yes, the president's healthy, this is great news. Meanwhile, only a few months ago, a big talking point from him and so many others is the COVID vaccine and the evil of it. But now that Trump got the vaccine booster, well, now they love it. Well, now it's great. Actually, Trump probably got the vaccine booster because he's going to immediately give all of us herd immunity. He is using himself as a selfless sacrifice with the jab, so that way his aura of being immune to COVID will help infiltrate all of us via osmosis. So now we're all immune to COVID thanks to Trump getting the COVID vaccine booster.
Which is like funny enough, also a symptom like within our society, like wrong role models, in quotes wrong, like. As a society, we somewhat came to the belief that loud and obnoxious is knowledgeable. Power is silent. Power is not grabbable. It's not the shining lights the crown reflects. It's the meaning behind the crown. It's the underlying belief of this ultimate authority that resides within our society due to imposed monotheistic systems. The one ultimate truth. There's only one source of power, the crown. It's not what's been seen right away. It's what is behind what you can't hear and see right away. Like which is why I say, like, again, it's absolutely important to to be able to identify that with questions. And yes, it's not easy. Like you can also like find someone together, like where you guys like angle upon a topic together and ask questions nonstop. Write down the theses you have. Like form a data sheet that allows you to identify every underlying subject behind an objective. That's like the beauty of being human. We are able to cooperate. You don't need to do this like all alone, like in that sense.
The mental gymnastics around it, but the sad reality is they're not even gonna bother trying. They're just gonna be like Gunther here and just be like the good little NPC drone that's like, anything Trump does is great. Can't wait to swallow more Trump meat. Even though it goes completely against all of the things he was talking about. It's like so many people that were talking about the jab and how evil it is.
The like as mentioned again, like it's like from the societal belief that there's like only one superior instance which is residing within society. And then like also the belief of like servitude, like it's even like within our language frame. Like people say like instead of I want, I need to, or I must, I have to. No, you want to do it, like in that sense, and it's like it's not wrong phrasing it that way, like in that sense, and then of course like you have like this cluster which like obeys, which is like also okay. You don't need to like change it or like whatever, though like to be aware of it is like a good thing, like in order to be not exploited, because like a leader has responsibility. And like when a leader is like being abusive to its people, it's then like advisable to also grant the people like balance, so that this is not happening. You agree with that? When people confuse their needs and wants, yes, they do this. They do this on a regular, and it's like interesting to look at this. And when you then like also analyze like instantiated constructs within our society, you see like an overall system that has been established, and it's not about like to like bash up on it, like it's a lovely system, though. Like the abuse taking place in that regard is fatal. Like many chances get like reduced to ashes, metaphorically speaking. So it's advisable to at least like bring this knowledge out there so that people like get it right, like in that sense. Because I think I was like even watching a video about it where they were like talking like people fear responsibility. They fear it. Like it's not about like becoming a person of authority and responsibility. It's about like knowledge in order to identify it and to think critically, so that when somebody like in a leadership position tells you to jump off a bridge, so that you know like, okay, like I don't have to do this. Do I want to do this? Like in that sense. You don't need Arknights, you want Arknights. You choose it over many things that would better suit your needs. Yes, exactly, because you want to do it. You're a free human being, you can always decide to do what you want to do. And this is like very shocking to some people, like this idea. And then they flee in the outside, where they like describe like, yeah, circumstances and whatnot. Nah, we're free human beings. And like especially the question is like, who am I? Like not like what surrounds you, like or like what can be chosen to like describe what surrounds you, like the true you. Who are you? Like in that sense, like why you do this? Because you want to, and then you can like furthermore like analyze and like think critically about it.
And all of that are now celebrating that Trump got it. It's just so obvious. It's so blatant. Like fucking cat turd. I don't think I've seen anything from him on Trump getting the jab here. Just radio silence, just crickets. It's just ignore things that make you have to think. That is the cult mentality of MAGA. Anything Trump does is perfect. Anything that makes me think that maybe there's something else there, I shut out. I plug my ears to.
And funny enough, just as he describes it, it sounds exactly like biblical frames. It's wild, in my opinion, like that people don't see that.
It is fucking horrifying. Trump is now building a Qatari Air Force base.
And like next thing is, it's not just Trump. Like it's a good object of reference. It's like the systematic that lies behind this. This thinking that there's the only mighty, the almighty. No. It's the grand scheme of things. We have one who is good at smithing, one who is good at farming, one who is good at strategizing, one who's good at maths, one who is good at talking, like, one who is good at empathy. It's a complete system. It's not just one instance, but by no means. The king is that. It's we the people, and the government is the servant of the people. And that's the thing. This is why we are well advised to be able to see what are our similar beliefs, not like left and right leaning. No, we all want a chilled life. We all want to be able to say what we want to say. We all want food and housing, and like in that sense, like just a chilled way to live, embracing life. Like it's about values. Like just in my recent video, like where we had like the Muslim situation like being analyzed, I also talked about it. Like we have such an skewed value system. In the end, we all just don't want to be bothered. So like when there's like something that like disturbs us, where like people start fighting one another, like something is not working correctly. Meanwhile, we all just want the same, like really a chilled life, being unbothered. It's like such a slippery slope down to hell. What people sometimes do in that regard. So again, it's like a together, and we all have like similar values, like embracing life, celebrating life, and finding a way to peacefully coexist. And yes, even like the thing like where somebody says like, just want my peace right now. Privacy, for example, it's like a thing that like is now in Europe under extreme fire. People have no idea like what train is going to hit them in that sense, metaphorically speaking.
In Idaho, Trump has accepted a huge $400 million Wumbo Turbo Superstar jet from Qatar. It's a crazy gift. That's one hell of a donation there. I don't want to toss the B word around too lightly here, the bribe nomenclature, but I mean, definitely smells a little fishy over here with that, especially in regards to what came soon after. He then signed a $5.5 billion deal with Qatar for a Trump golf course. Yippee, that's great.
That's like, funny enough, a plane can be transported like from nation to nation, and banks love planes as securities, especially like planes that can like seat many people, which can be used like for business and whatnot. It's like, it shows you like that's the thing about banks, like why I refer to like critical thinking. Like, why is this happening? What is happening in that sense? And this is certainly not just Trump. Trump is like Trump is an open person. Like he's known to the public. Like everyone can see Trump. Like the reporters are there looking at him, looking at what he's doing. Like this is also happening like at places which are in a dead angle, which you don't see.
For the American people, more Trump wealth that he accumulates here through this deal. And now he is putting a Qatar Air Force base on our homeland soil. America first, right? Yeah, it's really America first thinking right there. Yeah, and then I've already seen the cope about how actually no, this is a joint training procedure. This is something that we do all the time, actually. And I saw JD, My Chemical Romance Vance, talking today about like how it's actually just all fake news and stuff. Even though they have literally verbatim point blank said exactly what this deal is, and he is just denying that. So not even the administration is in agreement on their talking points right now. It's a fucking mess. And still, people are so brainwashed and mind controlled that they'll just accept it and be like, this is great. This is
because they're distracted and like being more and more like ripped off the ability of like critical thinking, and also have a distorted sense of what leadership is. Like as a leader, you always look to see what your people are capable of doing, and to position them in accord to their talents, and bring the best out of them. Now, what can he do? Where can he be placed best? Not like, how do I change this person? How do I enforce my will? No. It's like wild that people don't see that. And like, as formerly mentioned, like multiple times, there is no ultimate instance. It's like a whole system, and it's like very advisable to look that the system functions and can thrive in a very safe environment. Because that's the next aspect of leadership: protection.
America first, actually, to put this Qatar Air Force Base in Idaho. That's actually exactly what I wanted. And then Trump always finds a way to surprise me with some crazy schizo posting late at night. So his most recent one is the Biden FBI placed 274 agents into the crowd on January 6th. If this is so, which it is, a lot of very good people will be owed big apologies. What a scam! Do something! President DJT. There is so much wrong with that. I think he forgot to take his suppositories, because holy shit.
Like one thing for him, like the call to action. It's like quite interesting. I think like it would have been better like if you also like described what to do in that sense, no? Maybe that this would have been too far. Regardless, like again, like those are very fascinating things which surround the whole subject matter. It's like the underlying system which is like interesting and to be advised to be changed. Those are like, you know, like the nail in the foot. Don't throw painkillers when somebody has a nail on the foot. Like remove the nail from the foot and then maybe apply some painkillers.
Trump was president on January 6th. Biden did not control the FBI. But you know what? Let's play ball here and dive into a fucking fever dream, a fantasy. Let's say Joseph Biden set down his ice cream, cracked his knuckles, and assumed direct control of the FBI on January 6th and placed all of these agents in here just as Trump says. Well, why don't you do something about it? You are the president. Who are you asking to do something? God? Batman? Like, who are you trying to call?
Well, like I assume like to give him the benefit of a doubt, like the court. So like that, because like the beauty of the government is that like you have like the judicative, the executive, and the legislative. So it's like not all power lies like on one instance. So like at least this we learned like with time that this is a really bad idea, which is very likely why he called for action here.
Oh, who are you trying to summon to do something? You are the president. So if this is real, why aren't you doing anything? This is a classic President DJT maneuver here, the entire administration really, where they're like, all of these crimes from the Democrats, all of these absolutely abhorrent, vile crimes that the Democrats have done. No more playing nice, no more Mr. Nice Guy. We're showing our teeth, we're baring our fangs, and we're gonna get something done about it. And then nothing. It's all just posturing. It's all performative. It is a game, and they are playing you. They are preying upon your gullibility and your inclination to be afraid, to constantly keep you in fear, because when you are afraid and when you are convinced that the other side is...
Exactly, this is the thing, like this is the grand scheme of polarization, this dividing between left and right. Not like look beyond that, see that each and every one of you guys just want the same thing on an elemental level. Validation, we want to be loved, we want to live a good life. Like look beyond all those principles which are invented by fantasy, which is not a bad thing in particular though. Like we all want to have like a calm discussion. Like yeah, there are like emotional people, there are analytical people. Like just see that and like everyone has their own taste of like argumentation. In the end, we all just want to be loved and seen and heard and have a chilled life. Like don't fight one another. Don't be divided by fantasy, man. Again, it's good. It's a good thing to have fantasy. Like it gives us purpose. Like it like fills our life with like joy and something we can do. Like we are very diligent. We're a very diligent species. That's a good thing. I think we can be proud of us like humans in that regard. So like whilst talking about it, like human, we are all from the same planet. This is not like some hippie type shit. Yeah. What I mean is to like see that we have similarities and that we're like on an elemental level like the same. We want to give love, we want to retrieve love, we want validation, we want to give validation. Stop fighting one another. Like look at like what causes pain and how can we work together in order to solve this. Else you will have like people who distract you with like constructs and form a line and push you over it. Playing king of the hill. And then you have this like happening. Because people are distracted. And how can you like sufficiently hunt? Like yeah, when the prey is distracted. Like in that sense. Ambush type shit.
doing all of these things to get you. You are so fucking easy to control. You're so malleable. That's why they're playing that shit in the airports now about how like the Democrats are Satan and all of that.
Exactly, because like they're just like painting pictures with fantasy, and people getting played left and right. Both, y'all be getting played. It's sometimes baffling to me that people don't see it. Like, I really hope that like people start to understand what is happening here. Just a recent video, like we're about to have AI systems in place, and then y'all be like distracted with fighting your like metaphorically speaking like brothers and sisters, your fellow humans. Stop doing that. It's a zero-sum game, and whilst you're distracted, they go. When two people fight, like the third is happy about it. Of course, because y'all both are distracted. Like if he's lucky, the person who he wants to take stuff from dies in this battle.
If you have all of this overwhelming evidence that you claim to have about all of these crimes and all of this shit that the Democrats have done, why have you done nothing? You would be just as guilty in that case. What is the quote? The only thing it takes for evil to succeed is for good men to do nothing? Well, if you know that all of this evil is happening from the Democrats and you're doing nothing, you're just as guilty. Like, this is so clearly obvious to anyone that's thinking for more than 5 fucking seconds. And you don't even need to be thinking for 5 seconds to see this new Truth Social stinker here that he squeaked out as anything other than just a sham. Like, this should just be alarming into the mental decline of Trump. He was president on January 6th. He controlled the FBI. Not Biden. Biden was probably out riding his bike to a fucking twisty treat. I don't think he was down there as the puppet master pulling the strings, putting FBI agents in January 6th. It is so crazy, and yet people will just swallow it. They will swallow any shit that Trump feeds them happily.
Cause like again, they don't think critically. Like ask question. You can break it down to like 3 simple words, like knowledge, strength, and beauty. Just go for those 3 principles. Like get the knowledge, gain strength upon the knowledge, and create something beautiful. Don't just like as Charlie mentioned is like very charmingly. Don't swallow it. Look at it. What is it? Why is it? And you don't need to do this alone. Like Jesus Christ, you can go ahead like with a friend like once a month or like once a week, like for an hour, and like ask some questions like about the recent topics that like succumb to, like as a friend group, like get together, like gather around, like look at things. Like this is the beauty of being human, the capability of exchanging ideas. You're not alone in this. Heck, you don't even need to go outside from chat groups or whatnot. And like do some rounds like where you guys are like looking at those things.
Even when they know it's something bad, like Ted Cruz saying that he got into Congress 13 years ago solely to represent the interests of Israel. He is an American politician who openly states that he is here for Israel. That, again, like I said, feels treasonous to me. And I imagine most people in a different time period would feel the same, but because of how tribalistic politics has become, if you're a big MAGA enthusiast, Trump supporter, you have to somehow just hand wave that and support it because that's what you're told you need to do. Even though anyone should be able to hear that and be concerned. Why does Israel have such a huge stranglehold on the American political landscape and such a massive say-so in how...
I think there was like also one of the founding fathers, I don't know who it was, like who said like as soon as somebody is like trying to take advantage of the freedom of people, he doesn't mean anything good. Like don't account me for this. It's a really rough memory in that sense. So, like, I think like when you do like research, you will like find it out in that sense. Like as you mentioned, like this person is even being truthful about like what the interests are. Like it's wild what is happening, and like that people don't like look at this in a critical sense. Like why is he doing that? What for? Are those good intentions?
American companies do their business, and why do they even have like the ability to start making demands about what needs to be censored in regards to their atrocities on American platforms? It would be alarming to everyone if the political sphere wasn't just, I have to support everything from this side no matter what. It is fucking scary. Now, I do want to make a mention of something. It's not all horrible, awful news. There's actually a ceasefire going on right now. And I can only pray that it sticks. With Netanyahu, you never really fucking know. But I can only keep my fingers crossed and pray for the absolute best for the Palestinians and hope that going forward, the people of Gaza will no longer need to fear being massacred by Netanyahu's IDF. Now, I know I said at the beginning of the video, the focus of this was going to be on the crypto collapse and the super lucky guy that happened to make $190 million going against all rational thinking and against all the odds. Truly a miracle. But I couldn't help myself. This is just so preposterous. But now, let's finally dive into the crypto collapse. CoffeeZilla made a video going over this. It's extremely well put together, so I'm going to be showing you some clips of that as we talk about it.
I don't even know what this is. I think this is all legal, kind of. I don't think it should be, as you'll see.
Thing is, even if it wasn't legal, it wouldn't matter. There will be no justice pursued regardless, because I think it's pretty clear that whoever this is, they are part of Trump's inner circle of cronies, and they had this knowledge beforehand, what was coming, and it doesn't take a genius to recognize that imposing these huge tariffs on China was going to have a huge effect on the market. So it was a pretty easy opportunity for them to short with that knowledge in mind and make an unbelievable amount of money. Again, if it is legal, it shouldn't be, like CoffeeZilla says, but even if it isn't legal, it won't matter, because they're not going to do anything about it.
But the question is, what did this guy know? Okay, how did somebody make $190 million while everyone else was losing their shirts yesterday? If you don't know, there was one of the biggest crashes we've ever seen in crypto. And someone came in 24 hours before and started placing shorts against the market.
Which is like wild. I think like this is a bigger crash that happened like than like COVID. I was like seeing a short of it. I don't know the exact numbers though. It was wild what happened there. Like people lost their life savings. people low-key died from this trade. Welcome back, Captain. Welcome back. Whatever you did, I hope it was amazing.
Short is just when you bet that the underlying asset is going to go down in price and you will make money on that. Now, this all started October 9th. At 16:39 GMT time, they start accumulating this Bitcoin short.
So T-minus 24 hours until the rest of the world knows this information about the impending tariffs. They come in with $80 million that they start shorting Bitcoin with. That is not like a gamble or anything. That feels like they knew for sure something was going to happen. That is
Like hereby, like for the future, maybe like someone watches this who's like good in trading, like maybe it's like a good signal indicator. Like this is a significant position that has been taken in that regard. Like maybe this can be like then taken advantage of, like in the future.
Is a crazy amount to come out of nowhere with to short Bitcoin.
Now, the amount is unusual, but that itself is not the unusual part. Then we have Ethereum starts to get shorted at 3:49 GMT. Interesting. $30 million gets deposited into this account. Immediately start placing major bets that the market is going to go down. Why is this significant? Well, because at 14:57, this is only a few hours later, like 12 hours later, Trump posts on Truth Social that they are calculating a massive increase on Chinese tariffs.
Zoinks. That's really lucky. This account comes out of nowhere, swinging huge numbers, slinging big time fucking doubloons here on these shorts, and then
Though like to also like furtherly emphasize the significance of like critical thought. Because like from critical thought you can be intelligence can be derived from it. And this shows you the power of intelligence, knowledge. Knowledge makes you incredibly strong, and strength always like brings along beauty. It's like just to like furtherly emphasize how important it is to ask questions.
shortly after, well, it looks like something might be happening to the market here with these potential tariffs that they're calculating.
Where I think this goes from suspicious to downright diabolical is the fact that at this point, the market dips a little bit. because you have these threats of tariffs. But the person does not start closing out their shorts yet.
No, that's not weird. This trader's just got diamond hands. What? He's not going to close out his position based off of just that one tweet there. No, that wouldn't make any sense. He's just got strong paws to really grip onto his positions here.
Which I think is very interesting. If you place this huge short bet and then the president tweets something like this, you would think you would close out your order. But not only do they not do that, not only do they not close out their short, they continue to place short bets against Bitcoin. In fact, this person continues to short Bitcoin all the way up till 2049-23 GMT. Why is that significant, ladies and gentlemen? It's because 2049 is the last short he places, okay? 2050 GMT. A minute later, 1 minute later, Trump announces that
This is so blatantly obvious. It's wild, man. As dude is like dunking down on the whole planet. Jesus fucking Christ. What in the rage pain?
they're considering an 100% tariff on China, which of course tanks the market. And this person makes literally $190 billion in 24 hours.
Then over the course of the next half hour, they close out all of their shorts and they cash out big time. Jackpot. Wow, did they get lucky or what, huh? Man, I cannot believe the coinky-dink there. Shorting all the way up until 1 minute before Trump's tweet. Geez, some guys have all the luck. You'd
As if they were like sitting in the fucking same room, or as if this tweet was like scheduled, man.
actually need to be the biggest fucking stupidest troglodyte on the planet to think that this was just like a lucky, miracle trade here from this individual. This is clearly someone that had information about what was coming.
It really looks like even like as if this person knew like when the tweet is going to be brought out there in the internet. Just like 1 minute before.
The speculation is that it's Barron Trump. There's a lot of people that are providing their loose evidence that it's Barron. Nothing's confirmed on who this is, and I don't think there will ever be confirmation on who this was. But it doesn't take...
Well, it can be found out. Like when you guys are like really looking into it, like who it was, like that's a significant amount of money. That's over 100 million. That's cash. 100K are like is like dust in comparison. Like this amount of money isn't moved that easily.
A galaxy brain 5-digit IQ genius to see this and recognize that the only way that something like this happens is if that person had prior knowledge of what was coming. There is no other explanation for it. So while everyone else lost tons of money, some people lost everything. This crash was so colossal that some people took their own lives because of it. The only way that someone went totally against the grain all the way up until 1 minute before the fucking, bomb dropped from Trump here is if they knew it was coming. Like, it's just, I think it is so clear. And the only way you could possibly think anything else is if you're already brainwashed and mind-controlled and stuck in a cult mentality.
And like again, like look where the money goes. Look where it flows. Like this liquidity, I don't know, like if like the person who did this trade will like stash it or like stack it. But like this amount of liquidity is well advised to be placed within asset classes. So like property accumulation in that sense. Look where the money goes. And then you find out who that was. And I know like many people lost a shit ton of money. There's lots and lots of interest. Like you guys, look where the money goes. Like follow the money. Follow it. Don't stop it. Look where it went. People died there.
I really don't know what it will take to snap people out of this. The people that are just so far gone and willing to deny all the evidence of their eyes and ears, that they're constantly being told that they need to. Following these orders of just deny everything that you see and hear from this administration and everything going on.
Exactly, like you have to, you need to. No, No. Your life is in your hands. You're a free human being. There's nothing wrong about it. Don't be fooled.
I don't know how you bring them back into, like, being able to think. Like,
Low-key ask questions and don't stop asking questions. Like, get together with things like maybe like create a knowledge course. Like have like, I don't know, like for those people who are like of creative mind, like maybe introduce like some chat rooms or like something where people like can exchange thought and like look at things critically. Like the critical thought is like, we're living in a time where we are able to witness the decay of critical thought, which is devastating to the human society altogether. Because like people who are of abusive mind take advantage of that. They impose destructive constructs to then like ambush people. We need people. This is really a word where you can apply need. We're social human beings. You go insane when you don't have like anyone who you can exchange with. Like look at what happens to people in solitary confinement. They rip their balls off, for Christ's sake. We are human beings, and that's okay. We don't need a flag. We don't need a freaking religion or whatnot. Like we need us. The beauty we have. This beautiful gift we've been given. And I really like advise each and every one, like before we continue with this video, really advise each and every one to see that. Yeah, there's not much specular stuff going on when you like really go down to the core. Like, who are you? But that's okay. That's why we have fantasy. But don't lose yourself up on it. Look that and see that you also just want a chilled life. A decent life.
actually be able to think. It's fucking terrifying. It's actually extremely scary. So yeah, I wanted to yap about this morning. That's really about it. So yeah.
Good. Amazing video. Link will be provided in the description. Go there, like, comment, subscribe. It's always helpful. YouTube, as usual. You will see us in the next one. Love you guys and peace.